Goodhue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, I rise to take my first call on this bill, and I do so very, very happy because the people of my electorate have been asking for improvement in ECAN for a hang of a long time, since before I was elected as the MP for Aoraki. And I rise to my feet a little heavy in heart because the debate, the quality of the debate appalls me. The absolute scaremongering, the sort of talk, coup d'etat, absolute removal of democracy, what a load of hogwash. This bill allows return to elected councillors. Well, we say it will, and this bill allows for it. Either in 2013 or before 2013, it would be helpful to stick to the facts, Ms. Kedgley. Helpful to stick to the facts. And let me give you some more facts. You see, the people of my electorate have been complaining about ECAN's inability to manage water from an environmental perspective, from a recreational perspective, from a cultural perspective, and from an economic perspective for far too long. Far too long. Yet we've had consensus. We've had consensus with the water management strategy. We've had all those groups getting together with the water management strategy, yet there was no end in sight. None whatsoever. No progress in sight. And it is the inability of ECAN to perform their statutory duties managing the water of the region that has brought this about. I want to pay tribute to some people. I want to pay tribute to Alec Neil, because he has tried his damnedest to get things turned around. And I actually feel we need to acknowledge that. It hasn't been enough. He's found himself unable to achieve the progress he's wanted to. There has been improvement. There has been improvement in the consenting. But what the opposition forget to tell you is there's been a huge number less consents issued anyway. They've been dealing with about half the workload. So hello, 90% for half the workload, still bad. It's still bad. I want to pay tribute to the regional councillors from my electorate, Mark Oldfield and Angus Mackay, because those guys have also done their damnedest to address the concerns of their constituents within the region. But still, tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars later, people get nowhere when it comes to the management of water in the region. So actually, this bill is about making progress. This bill is a temporary measure. It even says it in the title of the bill. It's a temporary measure, and it is not before time. I just want to quickly read to you some of the reaction from around the region. One of the mayors in my former electorate, Mackenzie Mayor John O'Neill, said it was a bold move, but it will have the full support of the district's ratepayers. So much for no consultation, guys. It's happened. It's happened. Those mayors have been out asking their people for years and years, what do you want to be happening in a more timely way, in a better way? And they, in fact, have said, make ECAN do its job. A former Waitaki constituency councillor, Dr June Slee, said the community knew ECAN wasn't doing its job, and this push for change was community-driven. It's a shame that that same community appear to have been completely ignored by the opposition members in the House. Completely and utterly ignored. They believe their only community of interest is a small cohort who are anti-development of water, who seem to actually not realise that the environmental standards of the water are also currently not being looked after well enough. So in fact, what we have with this change, what we have with this bill is a way forward, a light into the future. So we are very, very positive that this is the best way to go, but from my perspective, a return to democracy in 2013 or before, if at all possible, is certainly within the scope of this bill, and I'm sick of hearing that it's not. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Well said.